Okay, this is going to be a video, YouTube video rather than a stream, to do a test. Well, not really a test, a showcase, I suppose, because it's already been released, of Hammet's new dungeon on new Vominheim. Now, I think I'm correct in saying this is 2.11 of new Vominheim, and this update was released just a couple of days ago. Now, the reason I'm doing this as a video rather than a stream is just time. To do like a 3 or 4 hour stream. Unfortunately, I don't really have the time to do those kinds of things currently, as much as I would absolutely love to. So what I'm going to do is going to try doing this as a raw format, as a video going through this new dungeon. Now, I've done a lot of Hammet's dungeons before, many of them, and I love doing them, so this is going to be another one on top of that list. In my experience, most of them are very hard, though some of his more recent ones are more sort of standard difficulty. We're going to see what this one's going to be like. For those people who don't know, this is my main character, Zell. She's a red guard, obviously level 123, using dual wield with light armor. Her build has sort of changed over time. She started off as a kind of tanking character, then changed into a spell sword, which she was for a while, before getting kind of bored of the magic destruction aspect and just going dual wield with a couple of axes and light armor and some enchanted gear, and that's about it. So let's take a look to see where we should be going. Now, as far as I remember, Herge's Cave just came out of there. That was a very tiny quest that was quite interesting, quite amusing as well. This is where we should be going. Wraith Bog Tower. I'm going to approach it from the southwest here, Brimclaw Camp, because I just want to get a look at the outside of it. So let's just go. Like I say, I'm not used to doing YouTube videos with no kind of interaction, so this is an experiment, really, more than anything else. And I'll try and keep up sort of appropriate narration as we go. So this is obviously where we got to go to. I'm gonna avoid the bandits in this camp to the right hand side here, and just go straight to the tower. I'm not going to be doing narration all the time. Oh, she's tough. Bloodcrest Witch, there are a fuckload of them as well. I'm going to corner this one. These witches are tough. Normally, you don't get them having this much defense, but they've got a lot of defense. Just as well that Zell's magic resistance is so high. Because this is tough. I'm going to try and get her outside a little bit, just so that you can actually see what's going on, because all that magic sometimes can be a little tough to see in front of you. What time is it? It's 7 o'clock in the evening. So it's getting a bit dark. 7 o'clock in the evening, Vominheim time, obviously. These girls are hard. I imagine that if you had, like, low magic resistance, you'd be a goner a long time ago. I have to say that the frost magic isn't making things particularly easy. Can't actually remember what her resistance to frost magic is, but obviously it's relatively high. Not that high, because otherwise she wouldn't be slowing down at all. I should loot a couple of these witches. See if there's anything in there. totally dark now. But I'm surprised. I yield. Well, a bit late. And they never do, though. They never yield properly. They just say they do. Robes of Quickening. I don't know why the battle music has started again. I think we've finished with the witches outside here. How many inside? Just that one inside. But there are a couple more outside. I thought they would have had some kind of like blood witch related talismans or them or something, but that's fine. Okay. Well, if that's the indication of anything to come, then this dungeon's going to be quite interesting. Okay. I get the impression this is going to be slightly tricky. Draugr Savage. That's one of the more high-leveled ones, I think. Now, I did notice that there was a pulley. Not going to use that one quite yet. I'm going to close that one so that I can keep my bearings. But that pulley may... It's just for that gate, though, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's for anything else. Hammet does like his strong boxes. I've made it slightly trickier on myself by getting rid of the crosshair. Well, it's actually an adaptive crosshair. I'm going to shut him away from it. Now, as far as I'm aware, that sound that you hear is actually a modded Draugr sound. Archer girl was tough. The archers generally are female, I think. Female Draugr. Things like amulets I don't really need to take, but they're kind of fun to have around. I'm going to go through this way because I think it's probably easier to... Oh, keep my path. This is the door that goes through from this section. Okay. Is there anything through here? Yes, presumably so. These little increments of gold do make life easier. It's back in the early days of this character. This is how she immorally made her money through grave robbing. Okay, there's a snake above the lever. Bear above this lever. Hawk above that one. She tries to be better these days. Morally. By not robbing graves as often. She's supposed to be a neutral good character. Well, she is neutral good. Old habits die hard, though. So, obviously, that's the way to open the gate. I wonder what would happen if we pulled the wrong lever here. Like, are we going to see other Draugr? If we pull the snake one, for instance. Are we going to get visited by... Yeah, we do. Bone Flayer. These, they do quite a lot of damage. I'm impressed. Look how much damage they do. That is a lot, to be fair. And if we just take a look at how much health Zell has, she has 765. So that's quite a lot of damage that they're doing. Also, we should be playing on expert. If I'm not, that's an oversight. No, we are. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's pull the correct one now. Which I can't remember, what was it? Was it bear? I think it was bear. It's kind of worrying that I can't remember. Okay. I still get the impression that things are going to get tricky. Like, properly trickier. Those bone flayers were hard, to be fair. Go dual wield again now. I wish there was a way. Let's just have a bit more light. I wish there was a way to hotkey dual wield, but I don't actually think there is through Sky UI. And these animations that I'm using for a lot of the combat are Vanguard animations. Okay. Quickly check this one. I think that there's still quite a lot in Vominheim that I haven't done. Quite a few dungeons that haven't been done. I think at one stage what I'm going to have to do is go through the list from the top. There's a book there. Okay. Now, is there more to... One of the things I should say, one of the things that I'm very good at doing, in spite of how many dungeons I've done, one of the things that I'm very good at doing is getting lost in dungeons. But some of them are intentionally disorientating. So this is where we came in. I'm wondering if that's it, if it's just like a mini dungeon. I suppose this is one of the advantages of doing something on stream or not on stream, is interaction with modders themselves. As well as the fact that I love talking to people in the community. However, time serves that I can't really do much of that at the moment. I have a feeling that that was probably it. Unless this is an entrance. Oh, it bloody is as well. Okay. Just when you thought you had done everything. That's a typical Hammet trick, by the way. Obscuring entrances with cobwebs, or just obscuring things with cobwebs, really. Obscuring levers, chests, all kinds of things. He does that quite a bit. Okay. I suppose this counts as spoilers? that entranceway. Okay, I think this may be the end of the dungeon because that's a boss chest, but you never know. Okay, now we've got shut in. It's going to kick off now. Shit's going to kick off. Because if these are bone flayers, which they are, then they're going to be a little bit tough. Wraith Overlord. He's tough. So let's cast Ebony Flesh as well. Should we... Whoops. Should we have some light? So we can see what we're doing a bit better. Now, he's casting Magicka Drain, which is a bit of a pain. And he does do quite a bit of damage with his sword there. I mean, we're supposed to be dual wield, though I'm just going to give her a shield for a sec, just to see how much damage he can do. It's good for improving your block, I suppose. But that's not what we're doing. That was a moment of purest curiosity. Can dual wield characters use block? Not really. I don't think so. The thing is that Zell's dual wield ability is pretty powerful. I mean, if we take a quick look on these ebony axes, actually it's really low. 208 and 172. That's interesting. It used to be double that. What's one-handed currently? One-handed is 76. That's why I was obviously messing around a bit a little earlier. But normally it's about double that. But that's still pretty powerful, I would say. Should we finish it? In true Street Fighter style. Is it Street Fighter that says finishing, or is it Mortal Kombat? I'm going to lose our candlelight spell in a sec. Does a nice amount of damage. I mean, her light armor is what currently? Oh, you've got health drain too. 100 for light armor. Look, 16 times that's been made legendary. 16 times. Well, that accounts a lot for this 123. Light armor was very useful in building her build. Should we just do this? Should have finished off with some flair, maybe. After the fact. Wraith Cleaver. Yeah, there we go. There's the health drain. What do we get? Well, the money and the jewel is very much appreciated. Can we sit on the throne? Probably could. Actually, not sure if we can. Crosshair's not coming up, but I disabled the crosshair. Well, it's adaptive. Now, is there a way out this way, or do we go in the way we came? What's up there? Oh, it's just a plain ceiling. I should mention, actually, a bit of a oversight of mine, to mention that, not to mention that Zell's lore is included in various parts of Vominheim in lore books. I think there are 4 lore books. 4 or 5. I think it's 4. Now, sometimes, I will say, sometimes I do miss an exit somewhere. Like if the exit is near the boss chest at the end, I have been known to miss those. I didn't look around very carefully, then I'll admit. However, this is a relatively small dungeon, so it's no issue to go in the way we came. That was the way around there. And I think if we go left, yeah, this will take us to the entranceway. Now, those witches that we saw earlier on, they were hard. Very, very tough. And they gave me the impression that what was to come inside the dungeon was going to be even tougher. And I would say that what was inside the dungeon was not as tricky as the witches on the outside. But those witches will give a lot of people a lot of issues. No doubt about that at all. Gave Zell a little bit of a run for her money there. But that was it. It's a relatively short and sweet dungeon. And oh, there we go. Anything lootable there? Just relatively standard mage outfits. So that was a... see how much shorter it is when you're doing a YouTube channel rather than a stream. So, I mean, do obviously miss chatting to people, but, you know, more efficient, I suppose, and useful for Hammet himself to check out anything there that I might have missed or anything that needs to be improved about the dungeon, but I don't think there is. It's a pretty standard short dungeon. And I may or may not do another YouTube video on the next one, or I may do it on a stream. We will see how we go. But I think that's about it for now. Maybe I will do more YouTube videos like this in the future. I don't know. Or maybe I'll do ones which accomplish some self-set challenge or something. We'll see how we go. But they'll be on the Twitch channel or this one way or another. I think for now we can go back to Magestead, which is all the way up over here near Whiteshore. Now, probably going to get attacked on Whiteshore again. I expect it by now. It's a regularity these days. Oh, we didn't. Okay. That was because that portal quest, I was doing beta testing for that, and it's now just become part of the saves, so I can't really reset it as far as I'm aware. I'm not complaining. It's just part of the experience now. Right, let's take that off, because torches inside the house, not really a very good idea. I think there are 3, even 4 Zell lore books down here. That's one of them. First Anniversary Raven Rock. Latest cookbook. I forgot about that. That's part of it. A more kind of incidental part. Breaking Hjalmarch. That's definitely one. Are there 2 here? Snowblood, A Planned Tragedy. And obviously the book named after her itself. In fact, there's one more elsewhere. I think in Wakecrest, called the Owlet History, that also relates to her as well. So that's all. I just want to say thank you very much to Hammet for another great dungeon and all the fantastic work that he does, modding and especially in Vominheim, and including little bits about my character in there as well. So thank you so much. That was really enjoyable, and I may do another one of these videos again. It's just a raw video, my going through the dungeon. I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to put it up on YouTube, and hopefully somebody somewhere will find it interesting. All right, thank you very much, and have a great day. Bye-bye.